What would you do if you had a child with a woman, the relationship did not work out, you wanted to keep the peace and didn't want to go through the court, so the two of you made an agreement to pay her $5,000 per month. After some years, you realized you had just been paying too much money, even more than if you had gone to the courthouse before a judge. So you go to the mother of your child and tell her you need to reduce child support because you can't continue to pay her $60,000 per year. Now, she's not happy with that at all. She's not agreeing with the reduction because that would mean that she would have to go out and get a job to replace the salary that you're paying her that's supposed to be child support. You go through the legal process and you're successfully able to get child support reduced. Now you're out headed to a work event to meet up with your colleagues and you get pulled over. They lock you up, you have no clue why, and you just don't know what's quite going on. You work every day, you're not up to anything illegal. What could possibly be the problem? Well, Young Jock, the host of the syndicated radio show Streets Morning Takeover, this recently happened to him. You've probably seen his mugshot going around the blogs. He's going to share his side of the story here. It's crazy, and talk about how he was recently detained because of his bitter baby mama making up reports, all because she was angry about her child support getting reduced. Take a second to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Click that notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time. Let's jump into it.
So yeah, man, I was actually sponsoring an event for the mayor of South Fulton. And I was going home to get dressed, and a lot of police department pulled behind me, and they ain't say nothing. He just walked up to the car. Now, interesting enough, you know, I'm sitting here like, well, what you put me over for? He never said nothing. He just grabbed me, said, I rolled down the passenger window. The female officer said, "Yep, that's him." I'm like,
what?
Yeah, I'm like, what? Then he came to the driver though, and he was like, "So I'm asking you to get out of the car." I'm like, "All right, I got a car." He just put handcuffs on me. Right. Then he was like, "You might have a warrant." That was it. That's all he said. Then he put me in the back of the police car. They drove me out, took me to Wright Street. I mean, the pre-trial. No.
But you can't tell people what they're being arrested for?
You are supposed to.
Did they read you your rights?
No, never did. I never heard the rights.
You didn't hear the Miranda?
Never. Never did. So anyway, I'm gonna just tell y'all what happened. So people are saying this child abandonment, and you know, people are trying to say that, oh, you know, that means you didn't pay child support. Well, that's definitely what child abandonment means when you hear it like that. But in my case, that wasn't the case. So let's just say, without saying who the kid's mom is, because we're gonna keep that chill for a minute. So I've been paying so much money up ahead, right? Right. To stay ahead. Not just to stay ahead because I didn't want no smoke, right? So I paid a lot of money up. Once I realized, I felt like, you know what? I don't have to pay you this much money. It wasn't that I realized, it was just, it came to the point, you know, like, yo, I'm about to get married. I gotta take my time and put finances toward, you know, my wedding. But I had spent so much money on child support for this particular child, right? Now, that person got mad. The mother got mad and felt like, no, you're supposed to keep paying me this. I said, no, let's go to the lawyers. Let's get the attorneys involved, and we'll get a real, because we never established what I would pay per month. Okay. And let's just say I was paying her a salary. Let's just say that. I'm gonna be honest. This on my mama. Okay. It's on all my kids' lives. I was paying her an upwards to $4,000 a month. Oh wow. Actually $5,000 a month. I ain't really want to say that because I ain't want another kid mom to be going in on after they hear this, but that's the truth, and that's what it was. So when we did that, while we were in the process of establishing all of my information, my documents, I need to see your contracts. I need, you know, when you're a celebrity, they going through everything when it comes to the attorneys. So when Christmas rolled around, I was like, look, we don't have an agreement. We don't have an agreement of what to pay. That's what we're trying to establish. So in the process of doing that, I said, well, hey, I give you $1,500 for Christmas. And the attorney said, no, that's not enough. So while my attorney and her attorney's going back and forth to establish this, they put this out on me. I didn't even know. I didn't even know I had a warrant, you know what I'm saying, for this. So here I am. I'm just living my life casually, still paying child support, you know what I'm saying? And suddenly they put out this child abandonment warrant because they did not want to accept the $1,500. So when I go to court, this is going to have to be reversed. It's going to be taken off my record because there was no point in time where there was any abandonment. There was no point in time where there wasn't child support. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So that's it in the gist of it. So for y'all with y'all, he ain't paying, he ain't taking care of his kid, that's a wrap. Kill
Yeah,
that.
you had so many people in defense of you. They like, they don't even sound like
People
Jock.
like my character, man.
Yeah,
People
your character definitely supersedes all charges that the law can put on you.
But it is embarrassing because you have to figure out, and I think that's a lot of time when people get caught up and it hits the media, it hits the news. You want to say everything right, but you have to just fall back and let it chill out, let it die a little bit, talk to your attorneys and then come forward because, here it is. I'm doing events. I just did a event after I got out with the sheriff's department.
Right.
How about that? Imagine this. I'm about to go do an event to speak to kids with 21 Savage. We're talking about at Clark Atlanta University, Young Jock, 21 Savage, the General Solicitor of Atlanta, Keith Gamage, other people, the sheriff, Pat LeBay, all these different people. Matter of fact, a judge, Kenya. It was a lot. So imagine me standing here like, wow, here I just got out of jail for something I didn't even do. But what if I had not got locked up that night before I'd have been with all these police with a warrant and not even known it? You know what I'm saying? So it's just amazing how something can just easily just bring your name into a whole world of negativity. And I ain't know none of that. So
now are you in the clear as it pertains to that?
Yeah, we're in the clear. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We've already established the whole child support thing and all that. So it's cool. It's just one of them things. It's like right now, some of my kids, we don't even to this day don't have a amount that the court, because the court ain't involved. Some of them, one of my sets of twins, she felt like we got to get the court involved. I'm like, why? Let's just do our number and we stick to it. No, she want to get the courts involved. And the other twin mama, she felt like, you know what? It's cool. This the number we on, and that's what we did, and that's it.
That's a very, very embarrassing situation. Young Jock, a lot could be said about him, but he is a law-abiding citizen, never in any trouble, out here making an honest living. He's the host of a syndicated morning radio show, and as you know, he was on his way to the event that he was hosting along with law enforcement, the mayor, not doing anything wrong. Pulled over for some BS all because of his bitter baby mama was mad that she won't be able to cash in on that $60,000. As for Jock though, this is what happens when you're loose with your seed. These modern women are dirty. A lot of you think it's okay to spray your seed around and drop babies in multiple women, but they bring you nothing but headache, humiliation, and hardship. It's one thing that men will have relations with these women, but you have to remember to guard your seed. Don't go around getting them pregnant. Young Jock recently got married to his wife Kendra. She's an attorney. And they don't have any kids together, but Jock has 8 kids from previous relationships. His oldest son is about 22 years old. Then he has 3 kids with another woman and 2 sets of twins from 2 different women. I know I featured Young Jock here and comedian Shawty. Also, shout out to Miss Shanika too. And when that mug shot went out everywhere, I knew it didn't really make much sense because Young Jock has always been responsible for all of his kids. He never heard any issues. The internet clowned him that one time when he was campaigning with Pull Up and Go, a rideshare app where he was driving for them, and it was really a promotion. Social media flipped out and said Jock was broke and fell on hard times. And the craziest thing at that time, he had his morning show for years, getting paid a decent salary. So he didn't need to drive to make the money. But Jock also said that he wanted to send a message to kids to teach them about humility and that you're not too big to do the right thing by making an honest living. I remember at that time, he was saying that that's why a lot of kids and even adults go astray. They're embarrassed to work hard and to work certain jobs, so they end up doing things they shouldn't be doing and they find themselves in a lot of trouble. So let's go ahead and get the conversation started below in the comments. They're going to end up throwing out this bogus case in court, but what should happen to his spoiled, entitled baby mama who's upset about this reduction? Special shout out to the Hardwood King. I appreciate you, brother, as well as Dark Power. I definitely appreciate the both of you for your support. Want to see more content like this? You can support the channel too. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balance analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.